First up, the shocker coming in from the Karnataka Congress chief. He gives a clean chit to the Mangalore blast accused. Can you believe it? He says that the cooker blast which took place by mistake. Not just that, he goes on to say that BJP flared up the issue to garner votes. This at a time when, remember, already the NIA is taking a look into the facts of this case and is probing it. Listen in to DK Shivakumar.
You tell me, you said there is a big terrorist. Who are the terrorists? Who is the terrorist? What action you have taken? Who has declared? Who was the DG to declare himself that is a terrorist? Or Pulwama or anything? Nothing is there. Some fellow might have done some mistake, we don't tell. But how we are going to project it?
Why do you think the government was doing that?
Why? Because the vote gate, they wanted to steal the votes in the history of Indian politics.
In fact, when Times Now confronted DK Shivakumar, he defends a statement trivializing the Mangalore blast case and says that it was all a game of BJP to gain politically. Listen in.
This violation of a diktat which has been issued by AICC. How do you see this? And this is the fifth candidate announced by Siddaramaiah after Koppal. There was a candidate, not a fifth candidate.
No, I'm not aware of it. I'll just find out and come back to you. Just now I came at I came at midnight. I think you would have not done such a mistake, but I'll just check it up and let you know.
But last time in the Koppal also when he was announced, no action has been taken.
No, I'll just find out. That is all the ACC will take care of it.
Mr. Kumar Swamy says that, the Congress day before yesterday held a meeting of all minority leaders. He's saying that the minorities are moving away from, the Congress party. That's the reason now they want to have a special Samavesha. Now the Congress leaders are trying to move them because they're going to the JDS.
Now what he's telling is wrong. You might have picked only Mr. CM Ibrahim. Apart from that, I think no. CM Ibrahim was in a big hurry, so he might have moved out. Apart from that, no. There are many leaders from his party is also trying to join the party.
Community, are they with the Congress?
The results will answer everything for you.
So do you think that BJP is snubbing B.S. Yediyurappa because he was not invited initially for the program in Koppal today, and later on at the last minute he has taken a special flight and attended the program after he got a call from Arun Singh? How do you see the rift within BJP?
There is a big rift in the BJP itself. You know the statements of Mr. Yatnal, you know the statement of Vishwanath, you know the statement of Ashwatthana and Ashok, a lot of other, this one which I have a big list of itself. No one has responded. There is no high command. High command doesn't have control.
Well, in fact, let me go across to Deepak Bopanna. Deepak is the one who had confronted DK Shivakumar as well. You must explain to us what his defense was, because after all, there was indeed a pressure cooker blast. The man who died in the blast was known to have links with the ISIS. There was RTX which was found. How is the Congress giving him a clean chit, saying it's a mistake?
Well, Meghna, firstly, he questions even the DG's statement, which came in very quickly after, the blast happened in Mangalore, where he confirmed that it was an act of terror. He says the police, called it a terror attack, but he says that, what evidence did they have at that point in time? But more importantly, as far as, the information that we have from our sources from the police is that they had gathered evidence from the spot, that is the IED itself, which was found in the auto rickshaw. Now, it had, of course, exploded, injuring a civilian, the auto driver, and the terror accused himself. They also did identify this man as Sharik, and they did realize that he had antecedents, he had links with terror outfits, he was highly radicalized individual, also had carried out, the trial blast rather in Shimoga, and there was so much of information they had on him, and based on which, of course, the investigation was eventually handed over to the NIA because they believed that if this blast had taken place at the desired spot, there could have been multiple people who would have injured, and the intention was to strike terror in the minds of people. But right now, with Mr. DK Shivakumar going on to say that this was just an attempt by the BJP to gain votes, it completely changes the entire narrative. The BJP, of course, has been very sharp in its criticism and has said that this is an attempt by DK Shivakumar to just just appease the minorities and trivializing an act of terror. The JDS has also hit out that this is a matter of national security, and if Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has any evidence to prove that this was not an act of terror or it was a game plan of the BJP, he should prove it. Otherwise, they're also saying that it's a regretful statement. So right now it seems like both the BJP and the JDS is all set to corner the Congress over this particular statement. When we confronted Mr. D.K. Shivakumar on his statement, he continues to say that this was just the BJP trying to gain, and if there was any matter to be investigated, it has to be done, and the BJP just jumped the gun and used the terror angle as a means to just gain votes, which they believe they are not going to get in the upcoming election, and they're saying that these are the tactics that are being used by them. So really bringing in politics in an issue of national interest, is that something that's right? Well, right now we're looking at the political class quite divided over that. We'll really have to see how the Congress continues to defend this particular statement coming in from their chief itself.
Well, in fact, do stay on with us, Deepak. I believe we have that soundbite when you confronted D.K. Shivakumar regarding his statements. Listen into what he had to say to Times Now.
I am not sympathizing. We want whatever any culprit who have done damage for the public, for the interest, should be taken action. But the system blown at the time of the vote gate, where the big...
The BJP is behind it, sir?
Yes, see, they just tried to blow it. They should have done an investigation, fair investigation. Let them do it, let them act, let them punish, let them hang whomever they want. When things of the entire vote system was being under theft, they just tried to deviate. There was no need of the DG or the police reacting to it.